Now, the Supreme Court of India will be hearing the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid dispute case. This comes 2 months after the case had been referred to a 3-member mediation panel. The panel has submitted its interim report in a sealed cover on the 6th of May. The Apex Court had referred the matter to the mediation panel after it noticed a certain lack of consensus between the parties that were involved. The bench will be hearing the matter, and the bench includes Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi. And that's not the only case that comes up for hearing today in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will also be hearing a review petition on its December judgment of upholding the Rafale jets deal. The court, remember, last year dismissed the petitions challenging India's purchase of the 36 aircrafts from the French firm Dassault. It had said that there was no reason to doubt the decision-making process. The court also said that it did not find any reason to intervene into the defense deal, as it was a sensitive case concerning the security of the nation. US President Donald Trump will soon be nominating Patrick Shanahan as the permanent defense secretary. The statement was released by the White House on Twitter. Shanahan has been the acting secretary since the 1st of June and replaces James Mattis at the Pentagon. Shortly after the announcement on Twitter, Patrick Shanahan has also issued an official statement saying that he was extremely honored to be chosen as the Pentagon's permanent head. The US-China trade negotiations have resumed just hours before the fresh US tariffs are to come into effect. The Chinese delegation, led by Vice Premier Liu He, has met with US Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer and Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin to rescue a deal that is close to collapsing. The United States is poised to raise tariffs on about $200 billion of imported goods from China from 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time onwards from today. The United States has announced the seizure of a North Korean cargo ship. The North Korean cargo vessel was being used to transport coal in what the United States has described as a violation of sanctions that it has imposed on North Korea. Now, this is the first time that North Korean cargo ship has been seized for violating the sanctions. The announcement of the seizure came just a few hours after North Korea had fired 2 suspected short-range missiles yesterday. North Korea has conducted its second missile test in less than a span of a week. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un oversaw the 2 short-range missiles. The location of the launch is not clear, but South Korea has claimed that it took place from the city of Kyusong. South Korea has said that the tests were extremely worrisome and unhelpful. The country has also said that the tests may in fact be a protest against Trump's refusal to ease sanctions after a failed summit. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump has also said that no one was happy about the launches. However, he believes that North Korea still wants to negotiate. Now, another serious gaffe from US President Donald Trump. While rallying at Florida, Trump spoke about the challenge of the influx of migrants into the country. That's when a member of the audience yelled, "Shoot them!" While the supporters cheered and applauded, Trump replied by saying, and I quote, "That's only in the panhandle you can get away with that statement." Now, the panhandle is an informal term for the northwestern part of Florida. The parliamentary bloc of Lebanon's militant Hezbollah group blasted the United States over new sanctions that it has imposed on Iran. The group has described the sanctions as unjustified. Hezbollah is in fact backed and armed by Iran. The group is represented in Lebanon's cabinet and parliament. It has also been hit by US sanctions for several years. Brazil's ex-president Michel Temer has been arrested for a second time on charges of corruption as a part of a sprawling graft probe in Sao Paulo in Brazil. Michel Temer, who's 78 years old, has been taken to the headquarters of the federal police in Sao Paulo, where he will be spending his first night. And also in the meantime, the authorities are looking for a more appropriate place for him to stay. As a former president, Michel Temer is entitled to special accommodation, both as a detainee and also as a prisoner. The Pope Francis has issued a landmark decree making it mandatory for the clergy to report sexual abuse to the church authorities. The decree will soon be made a canon law, and it will make bishops and nuns directly accountable for sexual abuse cases and their cover-ups. Earlier, it was left upon individual dioceses to report cases to higher authorities, and also in a letter that the Pope made it clear that the church will not tolerate any form of abuse. Now, under the new law, the clergy is required to report cases of abuse within 90 days. Facebook's co-founder Chris Hughes has called for a breakup of the social media giant into three parts. In a strongly worded opinion piece, Hughes has accused Facebook co-founder and chairman Mark Zuckerberg of holding immense power through which he could actually influence billions of people. Facebook was quick to reject Hughes' call for a breakup of the company, saying that the focus instead should be on regulating the internet. This comes at a time when US lawmakers have urged the Justice Department to launch an antitrust investigation into data breach. A British journalist has been fired over a racist tweet on the birth of the royal baby. Veteran radio broadcaster Danny Baker landed himself in a bit of hot soup when he likened Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's newborn son to a chimpanzee. The Danny Baker's now-deleted tweet shows a picture of a well-dressed couple holding hands with a chimpanzee. It was accompanied by a caption that read, "Royal baby leaves the hospital." Now, after receiving flack on social media, Baker has apologized for what he has called as quote-unquote a stupid, unthinking gag pig. Argentina's former President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner has attended a book launch in Buenos Aires yesterday. The launch drew a huge crowd to hear the ex-president and has also fanned speculation about her possible plans to run in the national elections again later this year. The crowd broke into chants of Cristina for president and "We will come back." The former leader, however, kept quiet on her plans to run for these elections. Fernández had led Argentina between the years 2007 until 2015 and is widely expected to challenge the centre-right president Mauricio Macri. The Amazon chairman and founder of space company Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos, has unveiled a lunar lander for the first time. The lunar landing module was introduced during an event at the Washington Convention Center. Jeff Bezos also said that the lunar lander named Blue Moon has the potential to deliver payloads to the moon's surface. Now, Jeff Bezos' plan could ultimately prove to be a stepping stone for the colonization of the moon and deeper space targets. Prince Harry has launched the 5th Invictus Games at The Hague yesterday, where the Duke was seen wearing a jacket that read "Daddy." Prince Harry arrived in Netherlands just 4 days after his wife Meghan gave birth to Archie Harrison. Now, the Duke has also praised the spirit with which the Dutch people have embraced the Games. Prince Harry also tried his hand at archery during the event. Now, the Invictus Games, which the Duke founded, provides an opportunity for wounded and injured and ill servicemen and women to play competitive sport. And Britain's Prince Harry also received a baby romper on his first workday as father. The Duke of Sussex was gifted a baby romper for his son Archie Harrison at a Games event in Sydney. It was, of course, the Invictus Games, which is an international sporting event that was founded by Prince Harry himself for military personnel who are wounded in action. Now, interestingly, it was also the event that Prince Harry had made his first appearance with his to-be wife, Meghan Markle. A captivating light show display intrigued residents in China's Hangzhou city. The light show marks the upcoming Asian Cuisine Festival that is scheduled for mid-May in Huangzhou. Now, in addition to the light show, Huangzhou will be carrying out exchanges and mutual learning with Asian countries to promote Asian food culture. Though only lasting for about 30 seconds, the light show impressed tourists with various contents, including the images of Asian cuisines.
这个我感觉效果挺好的，形式也挺细腻的。 美食，当地的美食很有特色，而且灯光秀。
More than 10,000 people from 12 different countries participated in a marathon in northwest China's Donghuang city. The theme of the run was the gallery in the desert and had 4 divisions. An Ethiopian athlete won the marathon for the male group, while a Chinese athlete was the winner in the female group. The particular marathon in China has become an international sporting event featuring local culture and attracting both athletes and tourists alike. A special exhibition showing 442 precious historical relics from China's Qinghai province is going on at the Beijing's Capital Museum. The historical relics demonstrate the cultures of various nationalities and tribes. Relics from an ancient Chinese minority tribe uncovered in the northwest province of China have also been exhibited at Beijing's Capital Museum. Several other interesting items have been put on display telling a fascinating backstory. A baby giraffe in Seattle has a new pair of custom-made shoes designed to correct a problem with 2 of his legs. Now, the calf's abnormalities in his rear legs, known as hyperextended fetlocks. Now, the zoo has designed a custom-fitted pair of specialty shoes, and the treatment is expected to last several months.